Welcome to Heeltoe Corner Club. We are a podcast that's really just talking about, some of these Heeltoe automotive exploits, my own personal what's going on. Mm-hmm. Graham has a question or things to add.
I always have something to
He's
ask.
got some interjection.
Yeah.
We just sort of ping pong, and mostly Honda and Acura, right? So if you're a Honda and Acura fan or just a general car fan, we're hoping that you really will get something out of this podcast. We're putting it on YouTube too, so sometimes we're going to refer to a video or something like that, or something that we're showing, but ultimately,
use your imagination.
You can use your imagination, or just go on YouTube and watch it too. At least long enough to get us a view.
Please.
Yeah. A view, a comment, and a like on YouTube, and then you can be done, and then just listen to the podcast. Anyhow, we're not really promoting it. I'm putting it on my social media. I'm putting up screenshots every once in a while, and our viewership is growing a little bit. It's actually growing a little bit.
Good.
But we had 0, so even 1 is 100% improvement.
True, yeah.
And then if we get 3 after that, then it's a 300% improvement. We're actually are gaining a little bit of momentum with some of these episodes.
Good.
So as far as the stats are going, Graham, just FYI.
I'm glad to hear that. Yeah.
Also, another topic.
Yes.
I talked to David Walker.
Yeah.
Former employee David. I may just refer to him as former employee David. He's been listening to him. He's a podcast listener.
Okay.
And he said that, Graham, you were a really good person to be on that side of the screen, or whatever microphone is the case for me.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. I have sort of an inquisitive mind, so I always have follow-up questions.
Well, you do. I think you have sometimes intelligent things to say, and
sometimes.
Well, they're either intelligent or they're a little bit funny or whatever. Yeah. But honestly, it's been nice having somebody else here, and I thank you especially. I think that we've been having these weekly meetings on Wednesday for 6 months at least.
Yeah, months now.
Yeah. And some of those conversations just seemed like they could benefit more than just us.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I mean, I can't be the only guy that wants to know how to refinish a wheel, or if a paint job on a car is good, or
but we talk about more than just that, though. I mean, I think we talk about various different things.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
The only thing missing from these meetings from that we had in the other ones was the alcoholic beverage.
I know, that would be nice.
We have a little fridge over there, but then I thought maybe we'll lose something if we're having.
Yeah, well, there will be more slurping and whatnot. It might drag on, but yeah, I wouldn't mind bringing over a 6-pack.
Whatever.
Just leave it there.
Maybe one day. Who knows? Anyway, what are we going to talk about today?
That's a good question.
Well, I think that we should say something about Black Friday coming up.
Oh, sure.
So we participate in Black Friday celebrations of retail business, but me being me, I don't call it a Black Friday sale.
Yeah. Well, because you kind of just go continuous. It's even bigger than that, right, for you?
Well, the trend started quite a number of years ago to start having your Black Friday sales earlier than Black Friday, and now they're annoyingly early.
Yeah.
I heard an ad on the radio yesterday for Fred Meyer, and for those of you who aren't Northwest local, Fred Meyer is basically imagine a Target or a Walmart where there's a giant grocery store and then a Home Goods attached to it.
Yeah, they go by Kroger and Smith's.
It's owned by Kroger.
And a number of other names, but yeah, it's all just one giant octopus that has a bunch of these ultra markets.
Yeah.
They have clothing, and they have guns, and they have all kinds of shit, including food and groceries.
Yeah, the food and the groceries. We do all our grocery shopping at Freddy's, but anyway, I heard this ad on the radio, and it was it's Black Friday all month long, and they proceed to give the same freaking monthly ad they always have, which is bacon's on sale, and get a sofa for whatever, and it's there's nothing Black Friday about it.
Just the name. Yeah.
It's really pisses me off because it's supposed to be that, Black Friday is a day.
Yeah.
And then Cyber Monday became another day just naturally. But now it's it's all month long or all week long or it's starting the week before or, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I only want to have just that weekend. But, I have to. I can't not have something earlier than that.
Yeah, you don't want to be beat to the punch by everybody else.
I don't think it's not necessarily that.
No.
It's more a matter of, if I don't do something, then people think I'm doing nothing.
I see.
And then I start getting the texts and the emails of, oh, are you going to have a Black Friday sale? Yeah, I am. And so, answering those questions it's a lot easier to say, yeah, here's the deal. I am.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, let's be honest. The types of deals that we do aren't groundbreaking deals. And just because something might be on sale doesn't mean it's something that you're going to want.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you just tell me what you want? Like, hey, I want this.
Are there any deals?
Is it going to be on sale on Black
Yeah.
Friday? Or, whatever. So then usually what I tell people is, well, we can make a deal anytime. I can even make it right now. Like,
Yeah.
actually, right now, I could give you probably a similar deal that it would be on Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a quote system on the website where people can do that. And many folks are familiar with the Let's Deal
Yeah.
function of the website. So in the top menu, there's a button that says Let's Deal. And when you click on that, it allows you to submit your cart to us and get a special quote.
Cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you got like 10 or 15 things, even in a list on the website, you can have build lists and push it to a quote. Say like, hey, I'm going to buy all of this. What kind of deal can we do? Or, hey, I want to price match that with somebody else. It allows you to provide a link or a screenshot. It's a really versatile tool on the website. I just tell people to use that. Hey, can you give me whatever deal Black Friday deal would be?
Yeah.
Like, sure. Or, hey, you know what? This one you really do have to wait, because the real thing with Black Friday.
I imagine it's actually manufacturers, really, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I mentioned Target or whatever, the crazy cheap TV that they have,
Yeah.
it's the Black Friday TV, guys.
Yeah, that drives me nuts. If you look at like the model number, it only
exists
for Black Friday.
For Black Friday.
Yeah.
Like,
you can't look up reviews on these things because they've never been reviewed, because this is like a bargain basement version.
yeah, they made a cheap one. They used all their spare parts and made, here's the Black Friday, sound bar.
Yeah. Yep.
This is the deal.
So cheap.
So what's it? So we don't really have that kind of thing in our industry. We just have the normal crap that we always have. And the only way to get it cheaper is to just discount it. Right? So when we put up Black Friday promotions on Tane coilovers or SPC camera kits or AEM intakes or whatever the heck it is, first of all, they have to allow us to do that, because most of them don't want us selling at a cheaper price no matter what. A lot of the manufacturers are then saying, you're able to now discount this a little deeper for Black Friday, but I don't get it any cheaper.
Yeah.
Right? There's no incentive.
Yeah, it's just you're making up the difference.
I'm just giving you a discount because it's Black Friday. And listen, guys, I love giving discounts and I love making people happy. But I also am trying to run a business. So
it's not a charity. Yeah.
It isn't a charity. And so I have to be, it puts a lot of pressure on us to find out okay, what can I put on sale for Black Friday that people will want, or maybe have put off getting, but I can discount it an extra amount.
Yeah, so you kind of have to shake down everything you sell and look for those sorts of deals, essentially.
Kinda, yeah. So what happened is I used to spend, well, let me rewind, right? Black Friday. To make it a little earlier, and this is how long I've been doing this, to make it earlier than Black Friday, I started on Thanksgiving Day.
Okay.
That was early.
Yeah.
Right? Now that's not early.
No.
But I started on Thanksgiving Day, and we call it Cyber Turkey Days. And it kind of brings together the Cyber Monday, and Turkey Day is the day that it starts. I like to call it Turkey Day because it's fun.
Yeah.
And it just spans from Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday. And I call it Cyber Turkey Days. We even have a mascot.
Yeah, actually, I got I got the mailer in my email just the other day announcing that. And yeah, I remembered you had that little cyber turkey illustration.
Yeah. His name is Turkey On.
Turkey On, yeah. You had a guy, an illustrator made that, right?
An illustrator made it. I think it was like 5 or 6 years ago. I felt like I needed a mascot of some kind. And I just Googled robot turkey. And this illustrator, I can't remember who he was, but he's got like a whole cache of characters that he's just drawn up out of the blue. And like they're all kinds of weird things. And I don't know why a cyborg turkey or like an android turkey.
Yeah, and he has like a chainsaw sword.
It's
like a Warhammer guy.
It's a laser sword thing, but if you look at it, it's a carving knife.
Oh, okay.
For like carving a turkey. Oh, but I know it's a little morbid.
It is, yeah.
So funny. I don't know if other people really think it's funny or not. Maybe give me a comment or something if you think that this is funny. Because some of this shit, guys, I just do it for me.
Yeah.
Because it makes it more fun. I made a picture of the turkey like coming out of the oven. Like his head coming out of my oven. Yeah, if you see that picture, that's actually my oven, and I photoshopped the turkey into it. Anyway, so I try to have a little fun with it. I do it from Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday. Lately, I've been having a bit of a pre-sale. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I'm having the pre-sale isn't to try to capture people early. It's actually another concept that I've had for a long time, which is like a DIY day, right? Memorial Day, Labor Day.
Anytime you're going to have time to work.
Any day that you're going to have some time off work, right? I like to promote that day off by giving a discount, maybe like a week or two ahead of time, to give you an opportunity to order something that you can put on your car on your day off.
Cool.
The reason why I thought of this was because so many people coming up to a holiday, like they want their thing by then.
Yeah, because it's great to like get the deal on the holiday because everybody likes the deal. But then when are you putting the part on? And I get that completely.
People put the thing on the weekend.
Yeah.
And when you have that extra day, there's no better day to do it.
Yeah. You've got
so I thought, well, you know, we can have a Memorial Day sale, but why won't we try to promote it 2 weeks ahead of time to give people an opportunity to get something, and instead of worrying about what deal am I going to get today, be out in the garage putting something on your car.
Yeah, actually working. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Because I've had some parts just languish in my garage for like months and months just because I missed my window. You know, like I didn't have all the parts to put on an exhaust system or something. So I was like, well, I won't bother until I have it all. By the time it gets delivered, then, you know, I'm out of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can take,
and then it can sit there for a while.
Yeah, it can take weeks or months sometimes to actually get around to some of this crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought of having this, I used to call it pre-free day. Then just this year I decided I think I'm going to call it DIY day.
I like that.
Which is going to be any holiday where, you know, a day may or may not be off. I'm sorry if you don't have off those days. But, you know, a lot of people do, right? Yeah. And everybody likes a discount, so.
But you get it best if you're like a government employee or a banker. Yeah. Then it's like every other day you got something going on.
Yeah.
Lincoln's niece's quinceañera or whatever, you know. You get that off.
Wow.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, like, we're running retail here, and half of my brain says that we should be taking off, you know.
Yeah.
But it's also sort of like, I don't want to call it a corporate type business, but we don't have a regular storefront. You know, people aren't knocking on our door for stuff. So I kind of feel like on one hand, well, I don't want to work this day. I want a day off too. But then on the other side of the coin, these are days where people are shopping. So I guess it really helps having the support that I give over these days anyway. So I don't, on a lot of, if it's a government paid holiday, we're closed. But if not, then we're not closed. But whenever you reach out to me, I'm here.
Yeah. So. Yeah, you have a tendency, I think, to just kind of answer questions whenever they pop up, right? Because you just don't want it to linger, basically.
Well,
right?
That's true. Because I think that I don't want people to feel like. So where my mind goes is immediately after they try calling, and then they get the voicemail, and then they go, "All right, you know, let's see if they get back to me."
Yeah, drop in the bucket.
Yeah,
like, who knows?
Yeah, but I always get back, so you know, people are happy by that.
Good.
So you know, I don't let people go, but anyway, back to the Cyber Turkey days.
Yeah.
So we, I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, we run it from Thanksgiving Day through Cyber Monday, Shop Small Saturday. So the way I used to do it is I used to send out a bunch of different emails to people depending on what kind of car that they had.
Oh, I see.
So I still do that. So if you get an email from me, it may be because I know that you have a TSX, and so we send all the TSX people the TSX deal,
Parts. Gotcha.
right? But then overriding above the email, I would have, a general discount on everything else. If you're on the website shopping, and maybe one of these deals doesn't jump out to you, yeah, here's a coupon that you could buy anything else. Well,
Gotcha.
I was spending so much time from Thanksgiving morning up through basically dinner time. I'm generating these emails.
Just grouping parts.
I should be doing it ahead of time.
Yeah.
You can do these things ahead of time and set them out later.
But either way, that's hours and hours of work.
But it's a lot of time, and
Yeah.
it always sneaks up on me. So I would spend hours just pulling my hair out, getting these emails out on Thanksgiving morning. And then when I looked at it at the end, the vast majority of people just used the one coupon at the top of the page.
Well, at least you learned, right?
It took me a couple of years
Yeah.
and some stressful tea days.
Yeah.
But then I got an email from another company who did it differently. They had some brands you could use this coupon and get this discount. Other brands you could use a different coupon and get a different discount.
Okay.
Because different brands we have different margin.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? And so
You can't give like a 15% discount on something that's
I can give
high ticket item.
I can give a little. I can't give 15 on anything.
Right,
But,
I know.
But I can give more of a discount on a Fastline performance item. Because we produce them here, we have inherently a little more margin. I can give a more discount than I can on a Mugen part, where, after we pay for merchant fees, any discount basically is like cutting in half anything that we would. I mean, people don't realize how thin the margins are in this industry.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked retail packaging for years, and I've seen the price sheets, and sometimes it's like 3%, 4%, stuff like that.
It's
razor thin.
I mean, you might want that. You might be okay with that on like a wholesale deal.
Yeah,
But
and smaller items, but
I mean, like I got all these AM intakes behind you here.
Yeah.
After I get that shipped here, which isn't much. I'm not spending a lot of money on shipping, getting them here. $5 or something. But once it's here, and then I pay to ship it to the next person.
yeah,
Because I got to absorb a bunch of the shipping costs because of all the cheese balls out there giving free shipping on everything.
Yeah.
There might be $10 in a $350 intake.
Yeah.
$10 or $15. That's it.
Yeah, that's all there is.
That's
guys.
it.
Yeah.
After a discount, it's like $10, $15 maybe.
Yeah.
And I have to put in a lot of work for these types of things. So thankfully, I'm like passionate about this stuff, so I don't really care. But but if you really look at it, there isn't a whole lot of room.
And it takes a lot of units to generate living income.
The main reason to sell half of this stuff is to just have people come to the store, see what all else we have, and then try to get them to just continue shopping with us.
Yeah.
Because if I measure it in how much is the customer happy with us, and then continuing to come back, then the cumulative sales means something more than it does the individual sale of selling 10 intakes.
Yeah, of course, because it's really about building relationships with people.
I think so.
It's not just about hawking some parts and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Black Friday deal, Cyber Turkey Days, that's why it's called Cyber Turkey Days, just for fun. Our new image for that shows that it goes from Thanksgiving Day to Black Friday, so that it's a little more clear for people. But I'm still calling it Black Friday more and more now, just in my communications with people.
So for 2021, what should heel-toe enthusiasts expect to be on discount? Are you giving a discount code for certain items?
I'm going to do the same thing I've done for the last 2 years, which is I'm going to have the tiered discounts by brand.
Okay.
That has been pretty successful. And but this year we have the whole new website, right? So last year we were still operating on our old website. We were going to launch the new one, but it's just not the weekend to be
testing something out.
a new website. So
troubleshooting it.
we put the website up shortly after Black Friday and spent most of the last year working out kinks and improving things and getting our processes down. So if you've been on the Heeltoe Auto website and it hasn't been everything that you wanted it to be, we've been working on it. So, it should be better and better all the time. This year, we're on the new platform, so I don't know that I want to stress it too much, but it could definitely handle a lot more than the old one could.
Good.
I had to deal with all kinds of problems with the old website because it was old. You had to sometimes do things a certain way and,
and if
play
you
around
didn't,
with it.
then it would haywire.
If you didn't, you would have a problem. And the new one doesn't have quite as many issues. So, anyhow. I think we're going to do the tiered discounts. I think I do have, some Fastline Performance stuff. They're regular. We're all stocked up on Tane. I just put in big stocking orders with SPC. We usually throw a lot of SPC out the door. Got a big stocking order with Honda. I've got plenty of K-tuners in stock.
Cool.
Usually I'll do, like on the tuners, I'll do a credit. We're not allowed to discount those things much.
Oh, so you can do like a store credit kind of thing?
Well, what we do is we give you a credit that is supposed to act as money that you can use to go get it tuned.
Okay.
So,
that's pretty
kind
nice.
of a rebate.
Got you. Yeah.
Kind of a rebate.
So that way the advertised retail price doesn't fall below a certain amount or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of works. We do sell a pretty good handful of tuners during that time, but I think that on trying to follow the manufacturer's guidelines for pricing and trying to give a deal,
it's tricky.
Yeah, it's not easy, right? And plus, we take 0 orders over the phone. 0.
All web.
Like, none.
Yeah.
And we don't take any just direct payments to PayPal or anything. Send me a PayPal invite. I don't do that. If it's not on the website, I can't take the order. And it limits me, but it just makes sure that everybody goes in the same funnel.
Yeah.
And that everybody's order gets handled. Because if we don't...
It's queuing in separate places, and you have to watch all of them.
There's no way that I'm going to go in there and print out PayPal payments. It just it doesn't work that way. But we got the tuner thing, Fastlane. We're going to do a lot of pre-orders.
Cool.
I think we're going to end up doing a lot of pre-orders this year because for like ATLP exhausts, I'm pretty low right now. And I've been trying to move towards a pre-order model on those anyway.
Buy it and then it gets built for you.
Well, I have to buy them in batches.
Okay.
So I have to make 8 or 10 or 12 kits at a time. And they've been taking a while to have made. They're all domestically made.
Yeah.
But they can take a while to run through production. And then they ship to me, and then we got to inspect them, and then we got to box them. So there's a lot of work involved with exhausts. So I would generally prefer to get a container of exhaust stuff, pack them, and then kick them all out the door.
Yeah.
So it's much better for us if we can pre-sell.
So it's almost like a group buy then? Is that kind of the premise?
Well, I guess in effect, a group buy is a bunch of people get together, get a discount on a production. This isn't quite that way because I'm not organizing the people.
Okay.
I'm literally just trying to get the orders before the parts are here.
Got you.
I'm going to get the parts anyway.
Okay, so you're already just ordering the parts.
Invariably, I'm going to end up with parts on the shelf.
I got you.
But it's just, if I have to buy a dozen exhausts, can I get 8 of them sold ahead of time?
I see.
Because then that way they're not hanging around.
Yeah.
And
because they're huge. They're giant
yeah,
boxes.
they're big.
Yeah.
I don't mind warehousing them completely, but ultimately, the whole goal is to try to get paid on these things.
Yeah, of course.
So if I have 4 left on the shelf and then I immediately order 12 more, or like wait a couple of weeks and then order 12 more, then by the time those other 12 come, maybe I'll have sold 6 or 8 of them again. We should have. So we're not going to have J pipes here. Well, we actually did get a bunch of inventory. We do have some inventory here that we can sell.
Yeah.
It's just pre-ordering certain items has been much better lately.
Well, I mean, in general, I think manufacturing has become so kind of scattered that if you're not pre-ordering, then
Well, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, because ultimately, actually, the industry has kind of forced everybody to pre-order right now.
Yeah, I mean, everything, electronics, camera equipment, car parts, everything, there is a wait list these days.
Yeah.
And it's like, even on some products that aren't brand new, even some that I didn't think were going to be in huge demand, like when I bought my thermal exhaust for the Fiesta, it took them 6 weeks to turn it around. And it was like, not really in stock anywhere. You couldn't really find it. So that's just the way it is. And honestly, 6 weeks ain't that bad. I was okay with it, but certainly if you're like you were talking about earlier.
I don't know, tell some people 6 weeks and they go, "What the hell?"
I know.
And I'm like, "Whoa."
Well, that's
come on,
because
man.
they're probably planning to install it like the next weekend. They think about it like it's a Napa Auto Parts or something. Everything's just sitting on a shelf,
Yeah.
But it's not really. It's like this is one stop. It's like a jump-off point in a system that manufactures and delivers these things. So, yeah, you got to be patient and you need to plan your time correctly to install
Especially
this
these
stuff.
types of things that thermal R&D maybe makes how many Fiesta ST exhausts
I
in a
think they
year?
were doing a batch of 20, and that was like quarterly, something like that.
That's still way more than I do.
Yeah.
I mean, these ATLP systems that I sell, like for any given car, like these TL quads, I think I sell 30 or 40 maybe a year. I mean, there's a lot of companies wouldn't even freaking touch that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even get anywhere near. And again, the margins aren't that great. It's all domestically produced. I got to pay the freight here. I got to buy custom. The boxes are $15 a piece.
Damn.
So I have to buy, $2,000 worth of boxes,
Yeah.
right, to get them here, to get them made and get them here. And I have to get them in a custom size because if they're any bigger than what they are, then the shipping is like $50 more.
Yeah.
So some of these exhausts I have to really kind of shoehorn them into the box. Like there's actually a lot of work and investment that goes into them. But I don't know, like people really like them. I like selling them. It's a great exhaust. I have one on RTL.
Yeah.
It
Sounds
great.
great, yeah.
More people should buy it. But the thing is, it just costs more. And, you can get cheaper ones online. I get that.
Yeah.
But we already had a talk about getting cheaper parts.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not exactly knockoffs of the ATLP, but still, like we want to continue making them for the people who care. But yeah, it's going to be 6, 8, 12 weeks. I mean, this year was particularly bad. I shipped orders from April in like September,
Yeah.
October, some of them.
My longest wait was for a camera part that I had ordered, and I ordered it in November of 2020 or 2019, and it showed up almost a full year later.
Yeah.
And I was a day one pre-order for
Wow.
this thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not that uncommon.
Yeah.
you know.
Hardrace. I've had people wait for Hardrace a year.
Yeah.
Which
They're
I
out
can't
of-
figure that one out.
They're out of Australia, right?
No.
No?
No. Okay.
not?
Hardrace. We can make side B of this Hardrace.
Okay.
All right. First of all, I like the brand. I like Mike over there. He's always talking about this Freeman, and I've never met or talked to Freeman. I think he owns the company.
Okay.
But anyway, Hardrace USA, nice people to deal with. A good product, right?
It's like
Absolutely
bushings and
not.
suspension
Yes.
components, right? Yeah.
Absolutely not worth the hype that people give it, right? It's a good product, and they have items that other companies just don't have, right? Like they have chassis parts for TSXs and TLs and stuff that you could not buy from any other vendor.
Nobody makes it.
Nobody makes it.
Got you.
So, good, right?
Yeah.
But is it worth waiting a year? Is it worth waiting 6, 8 months?
Yeah. Or even a couple months.
God, they're just rubber bushings. Like some of their parts, I do get it, right? They got spherical bushing lower control arms for TLs and TSXs that are, again, like nobody else has them.
The only game
Right.
in town.
But, it makes me want to make my own.
Yeah.
Because I want to sell them, but then you can't get them. They're perpetually always
ordered massively.
taking forever. And then a big shipment comes, and then half of our orders will ship, and then the other half won't.
So it's one of those things where like somebody that's maybe number 15 in line will get their part, and then number 16 will have another 6-month wait or something like that.
Could be.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's more a matter of I've got, and I'm not joking about this, I probably have 60 Hardrace back orders right now waiting to be filled. And the next shipment that comes, I maybe will have part numbers to knock out 20 of them.
I see.
And then, because of only certain part numbers might show up.
Yeah, because they're only making this, that, or the other thing. Yeah.
But the logistics, it's absolutely insane to me the way the logistics work with these things. When I say they're not worth waiting for, they're not that special, it's because they do make more product, but the factory that makes this stuff makes a bunch of other crap for other people too. I mean, like if you look at a Hardrace arm, a K-tuned arm, a Godspeed, Megan Racing, upper control arms, right? There will be differences.
Sure.
The paint, the ball joint will look different, right?
Some of the thicknesses or shapes of things.
Oh no, the arm is like the same.
Oh, really? Identical?
Like, yeah, it's like they all come from the same place.
Sure.
It's like the coilovers, BC Racing, K Sport, Megan Racing. There are not that many different companies making coilovers. Right.
I get what you mean. There's one like master manufacturer out there somewhere.
Yeah, 1 or 3 maybe in Taiwan who making these things.
They have the machine set up,
Yeah.
the lathes and everything.
I mean, but to watch people debate the differences between a D2, a BC Racing, a K Sport, and a Megan Racing.
You're like, just get whatever.
And then
you
I'm
want.
like, none of them are that refined. They're all reasonable quality. People will comment, "Oh, I had this one; it was garbage. Oh, I had this one; it's the best. Oh, but BC's better because it's like factory direct." But they're all factory direct.
I can't help but think that so often when people piss and moan about suspension, well, how did you set it up? How did the person set it up? It's like it's all in the use. Most of these things have a bazillion types of adjustment on them. How did you set yours up? Because I know I could fuck mine up if I wanted to go out and modify
You adjust
my
it wrong,
Fiesta.
yeah.
I could definitely make it awful.
So Hardrace, I mean, you definitely can.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. You have to take it with a grain of salt. But the Hardrace has universal praise, right? And part of the reason why is because it's exactly what you said. An Australian company, an Australian race team, which I didn't even think that was Hardrace Australia. It might have been, but I think it was really just some people that built a time attack or like race car, an EG Civic, and had gigantic Hardrace branding on it. And kicked ass with it.
I originally heard about the brand at the Tokyo Auto Salon where I met some guys who were there with a booth from Australia, I think. And so I was like, they gave me a sticker, we talked for a while, because, it's kind of rare to find English-speaking people in general. You find a lot at the auto salon.
Imagine.
You find more than normal. Like if you were to step outside of it, there's like way less people that speak English. But in there, it's like, white guys looking at white guys. You're like, hey, I know I can probably talk to you, right? Yeah. Although sometimes they're like Norwegian or something.
Yeah, well, I can fake German better than I can fake Japanese.
Well, and I'll tell you, everybody there speaks passable English in that. All of the vendors, every single one of them.
So that's where you got introduced to Hardrace?
Yes, I have a hard-tuned Hardrace sticker that I got from them, and it's on something somewhere. But I've never bought any of their parts, but that was how I first heard about them. So. Yeah,
well, it's fitting because I think it sounds about the right time that these people with the Civic
it was like
in Australia.
It was like 2016.
They were doing. They were really charging hard.
Yeah.
And they had the Hardrace all over. There was the Hardrace Civic. But again, I don't even think that was like the hard. I think they were distributors, just like the distributor in America is. But that like made the name explode as far as I can tell. Right.
Yeah.
I think the racing added a legitimacy to it that other brands seem like they might have gained some legitimacy and notoriety over time that are all really just Taiwanese, Chinese import companies.
Yeah.
Like Megan Racing, right?
Sure.
Has never been, in my mind, like
A racing
an
part.
innovative racing brand,
Yeah.
a manufacturer on any level. For years and years, you go to their website, and I've got emails from vendors from China and Taiwan trying to sell me the same stuff.
Yeah.
Just they try to sell me all that, and we can make it private label and different color and whatever brand name. And I mean, there's big brands that are built off of
Just that private
just
label.
buying stuff private label from Asia. And so, I mean, I think in more recent years they've developed more, but I don't put any of these companies up on a pedestal.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I mean, because the reality of most marketplaces is exactly that, where it's like Americans are good at going to other countries and finding people who mass manufacture things competently and then just rebranding it and reintroducing it to America.
Yeah.
And if you can do that successfully, you can make boatloads of money on product that's not anything amazing. It's just kind of, simple.
So credit where credit is due.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, it's not an easy task.
Like Megan Racing's
not
been
junk
around.
either.
They've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's fine to start with that model and develop into who are we today, more of a manufacturer.
Sure.
Now I don't know who they are now. Maybe they've got their own CNC machines now. Maybe they've got they're certainly doing the marketing, right? They're it's not a fly by night.
No,
deal,
it's not like
right?
running out of a garage or something.
BC Racing has had some of the best like pricing policies out of anybody. Like out of anybody like within
by a
the
long
industry,
shot.
right? Which is good for us because it maintains our ability to, have a profit on the product so that we can continue to warehouse it, bring it in and stock it if we need to, provide the customer service if we need to. All the profit pays for all of that, right? So admirable, right? Hardrace, as I mentioned, they've got a product line that goes from here to Taiwan. Like it just, and then they support American, product and all of that. But they can't deliver.
Yeah.
And BC doesn't really, I think they're only kind of half developing things. Because some of what they do is really just taken from the Taiwan catalog and then passing it along.
Yeah, repaint it and pass it along.
It's not hard to figure out what spring rate might need to go on a car and then put a damper in there that sort of matches that spring rate. They're not doing like high level tuning. So I think that they're another brand that ends up getting a lot of credit for what they do that I don't know that it's completely due, right?
Yeah.
Tane as like a coilover contrast example. They have their own factory in Japan.
Okay.
They have their own factory in China. They bring the cars in, spend a week measuring it, and then they design a coilover for that car.
So they're really doing it like more or less ground up.
They are.
And with real research and
They
development.
are. And they're not necessarily carrying over product from other cars
And just adapting.
and adapting it to this
changing.
other car.
Yeah.
They don't do that. They have their own SKUs, they use their same bump stops and dust boots and stuff on all their systems. And what they will also do is and this is where they kind of stop short, is that they will develop on one car and then identify if that kit is a crossover to another car. So like 9th generation Accord coilovers.
And a TSX.
And a TLX.
Oh, TLX.
Yeah, the
okay.
first gen TLX. It's the same kit in the same box. Now the misstep here is a 4-cylinder Accord versus an SH all-wheel drive V6 TLX.
The weight isn't exactly in the same
The
places.
weight isn't
Yeah.
the same. The ethos of the vehicle isn't the same, right?
Yeah.
So like the TLX may come standard with a suspension that feels kind of like the Accord that's been upgraded. So putting Accord upgraded suspension on a TLX isn't necessarily doing the
Yeah.
TLX any favors.
More a step to the side than up.
Kinda, it allows you to lower it and stuff, now, but I think that they would do better to develop unique SKUs for some different models in this way in order to You know, like the 4-cylinder TLX and 4-cylinder Accord. We make that one kit. The V6 ones, we'll make it another one.
Yeah,
and maybe we can get away with the all-wheel drive falling in there too. Like they can consolidate. I think that's fine to consolidate, but they really, I think, need to flush out each one to determine like.
Yeah, where do you group with this car versus that car based on model differences and trim differences?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, see, it still gets back to the difference, which is they could do that, they just don't, right? I don't know how much these other companies do that.
Yeah, even
or really
yeah.
even care to.
Yeah.
Right? So what they do is they have a wider damping range. They have, air on the side of a firmer spring, so they don't ride good in all cars.
Sure.
It's kind of like the same thing on the opposite side of the coin. They're not going to invest in it because they really couldn't, or just naturally wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean,
Tane doesn't, right?
Yeah, they have the ability, but just choose not to.
I've told, and if you look at like H&R or KW, they don't do any of that. Every kit is specific to
the car.
A car.
Yeah.
So, hey, you know what? This KW version 1 TL kit will fit on an Accord, 7th gen Accord.
But it's not made
100%. We don't recommend it. Well, why not? Well, we haven't tuned it for that car. Like, it'll work fine. Yeah, but
not as fine as it could.
Maybe it will work fine, but it won't work up to our standard, right? They put more time, more energy, more engineering in. They tune the bump stops, right? Like they tune the bump stop. So this is starting to feel like a ramble.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
I think we've rented it out a fair amount. I mean, we've talked over suspension and stuff, and Black Friday.
I mean, this is maybe not having planned on what we were going to talk about,
Yeah,
but
a little more amorphous today.
Anyway, that's, I guess, an industry overview, right? We've got some of the Black Friday, Cyber Turkey Days, how we're going to handle that. We send out emails, do social posts, things like that. We've got, Hardrace, which is perpetually impossible to get, always in demand.
Yeah.
I don't really fully understand why. What we'll do is after 90 days of waiting, we ping the customers every couple of months, whatever.
And just say,
hey,
you still good?
We're still good if you're still good.
Yeah.
Or hey, you got these Hardrace ball joints, but we have these Senke 3.5 ball joints that are probably better, ready to ship now. You want to switch? Or hey, we can get Dorman instead of this or that. And some people bite and some people don't, but I think they all appreciate that we reach out every once in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's no real reason to wait for Hardrace forever. If you can get it somewhere else and it's the same or better, I would say don't just want it because it's Hardrace.
Yeah. Well,
that brand name.
I guess that turns back around to that question though too that you've pointed out so many times of well, what are you building the car for?
Yeah, it's the overriding thing.
Yeah, because if you're just trying to get on the road, then yeah, there's been plenty of times just recently when I was doing I installed that BC Racing kit that you sold me for the Fiesta.
Yeah.
And when I did, I noticed that one of the end links had been fucked up. It has one of those hex heads in it, to hold it steady. And the hex had basically, it looked like it had been hit with a hammer, so it was all kind of gnarled, and I couldn't fit a key in there.
Yeah.
Couldn't get an Allen in. So I was like, fuck, all right, I'll just have to get a new set of end links. So I'm looking around at White Line and stuff like that. But every single one of them was a couple of weeks out, something like that. And plus they're, $180 or whatever for the front set. So I was like, man, I just want to get this thing together. So called up a parts store locally and just found some Moog ones and put those in.
Yeah.
A fraction of the price, but it's that's what I need out of that car.
Yeah.
It's a commuter that's supposed to be fun and a little sporty.
Yeah.
And that's it. If it was some crazy build, maybe I would have waited for something else, but
yeah.
Gotta set your priorities.
You gotta figure out what it's for.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean I've had people get Hardrace S2000 stuff and try to hold it to the similar standard as a Cusco product. And that's just impractical.
In what regard?
Yeah, I don't know, paint finish or
stuff like that.
whatever. People will find a defect in the aesthetic nature of the bushing. Like, this bushing's got, like, there's like that little collar in between the bushing. Oh, this one looks all scratched up, like it was returned or something like that. I'm like, well, it looks like it was manufactured in a Taiwanese factory.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like...
It will have some rough edges.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's used at all. It doesn't look used at all.
Because it'd be filthy. That's what really happens when you put parts on cars. They don't get all banged up necessarily. They get fucking dirty.
Well, they might get banged up. They might get scratched. Or you could see witness marks. That's what the person thought that they were seeing. But really, I think what they were seeing is the really shitty cast collar in there that just needs to be a hunk of metal, and then the bushing is like the rubber kind of like peeling over on one side and not the other side. It's like, look, this is cheap stuff. Yeah. Like, the Hardrace stuff is not high end. It is not.
Yeah.
Well,
if you got to have the name, though.
I guess if you got to have the name, go for it. But, and then let the internet heads tell you what to buy. But, I don't know. I can't. But then I got to keep going back to, they only make, there's certain stuff that they make that you really can't get other places. I really wish they would just ship the damn stuff. That's what I really wish.
Is that what it really is?
I guess that's really it. I wouldn't be bitching about Hardrace at all if it was just, I mean, it's one of the brands that we can do pretty well with. We buy a bunch of it. They're great at drop shipping, but we get a lot here. I should be able to discount it, but I don't even want to touch a discount on those. Like, I don't even want...
Because then you'd end up with a big pile of people and a ton of back orders, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess if they're willing to wait, great, but...
That seems like a lot of logistics, though, to find out. To keep pinging them, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of people to follow up with constantly.
Well, yeah, it is. It's a loss.
Yeah, because your time is worth something.
All right.
I know you're generous with it, but it is worth something.
We should...
and on that note...
We should end this. I feel like this has really gone nowhere.
We can cut it up a bit.
I don't know. We don't have that many listeners right now. Whatever. Maybe it's entertaining. I don't know.
Put it into a really entertaining 6 minutes with a bunch of jumps.
Nah, just post it. We'll see what people say. Okay. This is filler anyway.
All right.
We need to do, I think we need to have a little bit more. I was just tired today.
I feel that.
I'm tired now. You look tired.
I was fighting yawns, this whole time.
You look tired.
Yeah, I am tired. I went all over the place today.
Yeah. Yeah, well, now it's time to go home. You got to bring me home first. Yeah. All right. See you later, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed this somewhat meandering
retail and industry talk.
Yeah, I got to think about what I'm going to title it. But, whatever. It is what it is. The bottom line is, watch out for some Cyber Turkey Days promotions coming out. If you're getting our emails, great. If not, we'll post it on social too. And we'll have a link on our website also. So anyway, look us up for anything you need. If you found a deal somewhere that you want us to try to match, or if something that you want hasn't been said to be on sale, or whatever, you can use that Let's Deal function in the menu of the website to check that out. We'll probably be connecting again at some point next week, so we'll have another episode. I think we'll plan it out maybe a little bit better.
Yeah, it'll be a firecracker.
Yeah, it'll be lit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and if you've listened to this one this far, you're really going to be impressed.
God bless you, and sweet dreams.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.